Capcom is adding a big update to Monster Hunter Wilds. Not only are they going to be adding a brand new festival that is going to contain a lot of new armor sets, event quests and even weapons, but they have also gone out of their way to mention a few big changes that are going to be coming into the game. And so in today's video I want to go over all of that. The new content that is going to be available in Monster Hunter Wilds, the things you're going to be able to farm in the festival, and some things that you might have missed out on, along with what Capcom is planning to add to the game in the future. So with that said, hello everyone, my name is Dark Hero and let's get started. So let's start off with the biggest news of all, the new trailer that we have for the Festival of Accord Flame Fête, the seasonal event that will last from June 23rd up until August 6th. We of course knew from Title Update 2 that we were going to be getting a new festival, that of course is going to come along with some big changes to the hub to look more thematic. I believe they will be addressing it as the Grand Hub Ablaze, again to really fit the Fire Festival aesthetic that I think looks pretty cool and definitely fits the summer vibe. We're also of course going to be getting new special armor to craft, so as we complete quests in the festival and by simply logging into the game, we'll be able to obtain special tickets that will allow us to craft these brand new armor sets. One such set is the diver suit returning from Monster Hunter World, and of course we also have the new Offie armor, the one where you see the male hunter with his bare chest out and with some flames on his head, and you can see the female hunter also showing a bit of skin as well, and again with the flames on her head. It's a very distinct looking armor set, and again goes with the Fire Festival idea that we even see our Palicos having this flame armor and our Sacred as well, though I am not sure if we're going to be able to get that Sacred armor for free or if it's going to be a paid cosmetic. Now of course a big highlight from the festival that we see at the very start of the trailer is the water guns that we see our hunter and the Palicos using. This is more likely than not going to simply be a gesture that you can use at the Gathering Hub or on a quest, and I would hope that it's a free gesture. It would be kind of unfortunate if it happened to be a paid cosmetic, especially given that it's pretty much the first thing you see on the trailer, so I really hope they don't go in that direction. It's gonna be a fun thing to play around with, and from the looks of it, it kind of looks like you can flinch other hunters when you use this, so you may potentially be able to troll your teammates on a quest, like if a monster is about to do a big attack, like the big AoEs that Zoshia has for example. You could theoretically use the water gun to spray your other teammates and have these hunters essentially be stun locked and getting hit by the attack, which in a friendly setting I think it's something that is totally appropriate. Playing around with your friends and getting them to cart on a quest is always fun. I had this big clip back in Monster Hunter World where we were fighting against Safi'jiiva and Rurikan was trying to get me killed during the Safi'jiiva big attack while we were hiding behind a rock, and because of the recoil of the wyvern fire of the gunlance, he actually got outside of the range of being behind the rock and he got hit by the attack and not me. So that was pretty funny. And stuff like that can happen as a result of friends just playing around and trying to troll each other are things that I think are very important in a multiplayer and cooperative focused game like Monster Hunter. And again, I really hope that we're going to be able to actually do this, though of course it can lead to some negative interactions online when playing with randoms. Capcom goes on to mention that these water guns allow you to repeatedly press the same button for consecutive shots, and yet you can still dash and dodge while holding the water gun, so it looks like they're going down the route of adding these more complex and intricate emotes as fun little tools for you to play around with, just like with the Akuma collaboration of course. So I wonder if this actually deals damage and you would be able to actually hunt down a monster with just the water gun alone. That would be a lot of fun, but again I don't think this is confirmed. Now of course another big highlight of the trailer are the new outfits for our handlers and Gemma, and of course I say handlers in plural because as of Title Update 2 we're now able to select Eric as our handler to take with us on a quest instead of Alma. These two are of course going to get brand new outfits that you can see on the trailer, but of course we're also going to be getting a brand new Gemma outfit. Now we had previously seen a small glimpse of the Gemma outfit in the Title Update 2 trailer, so it's nice that we finally get to actually see it now. And honestly it just looks fantastic. It somehow is able to make Gemma look even better than she does, so thank you Capcom for inventing women. Now in case you didn't notice, with Title Update 2 they added the option to change Gemma's outfit in the tent, but back then of course we just didn't have anything to change her into, but of course now we do, so that is how you're going to be able to change it. Now I expect that the Gemma outfit and these two handler outfits are going to be active for the duration of the festival, but I reckon that by the time the festival finishes it's gonna be turned into a paid DLC cosmetic, so if you want to keep it forever you're going to need to buy it, and I'm sure a lot of people will be doing it. Now I'll be honest, me too. I'll be getting it day one because look at that adorable Lagai Monsters plushie on Gemma. How could I possibly say no to that? Yep, that's totally the only reason why I want this outfit. Also, as a fun little bonus for the Festival of Accord, our boy Fabius, the OG Ace Lancer that he is going to be available as a support hunter throughout the duration of the festival. I personally do not use these support hunters a whole lot. I don't think I've used them ever since I finished the story, but that is something you can do. So for Ultimate fans, rejoice. And of course, as with all of these festivals, every event quest that was previously available will be available throughout the duration of the festival. And that of course includes some brand new event quests that will give you some brand new rewards. So let's talk about some of the big and more exciting ones. The Pick Your Poison event quest will have you fighting against a Rompopolo and a Gypsaros. It's a Hunter rank 9 or higher quest, and is the one that will give you the Diver set along with the Feline Aloha set for the Palico. I don't really expect this armor set to be useful, just like the festival armor set. It's more than likely solely going to be used for layered armor, so for cosmetic purposes only, and if anything they have a skill that maybe boosts the drop rate of certain things throughout the duration of the festival. Now in the trailer they do showcase Alma and a hunter wearing two kinds of different glasses. One pair of these glasses is even heart-shaped, but on the list of the event quests none of them state these glasses, so more likely than not you'll simply be able to craft them by playing in the festival. But of course, one thing that everybody is excited for is the new event quest called Putting Up a Sting, which will be a Hunter rank 21 or higher quest where you'll need to fight against a Rathian and a Kongalala, and it will award you with an outfit for Alma, which I'm curious as to what this is going to be, because I'm not expecting this to be the same outfit as the one that you have in the festival. But the most exciting part about this event quest is the fact that it is the one that gives you the Corn Popper gun lance. Now despite its appearance, this goofy looking gun lance was an absolute menace in the past, and so I'm expecting it to also blow up the competition this time around in Monster Hunter Wilds. Pun intended, of course. Maybe they will even give it the strongest shelling level like in Rise, just to prove that joke weapons don't always have to be bad. And lastly, the final event quest that will be available in the festival is going to be These Roots Run Deep. And this is the special event quest that requires you to be Hunter rank 50 or higher, where you will be facing off against the Arctempered Monsters. Now in case you didn't know, Capcom actually released a notice regarding Arctempered Monsters, and this is a big deal. I was actually working on a video where I was going to talk about this and some other changes, but basically Capcom has been releasing what they call guild reports. It is essentially a way for them to take feedback from the community and release these reports where they address said feedback. And one such point of feedback that I'm sure has been relayed to Capcom a lot of times is the fact that Arctempered Monsters and event quests in general are kind of annoying because they go away eventually. In case you didn't know, in the past Monster Hunter games, or I should say in the old Monster Hunter games now, so any game that released before Monster Hunter World, event quests would always be active. They would not have this weekly rotation that you have going on in these games, but the trade-off was that there were no festivals. Now because these games have been going on a more of a live service type route, they have login rewards, they have these events, they have the festivals, not to mention the free title updates, so on and so forth. It does make sense that some of these event quests become time sensitive, but of course that also leads to some people simply missing out on doing some of these important quests. And of course the Arctempered Monsters are some of the more important event quests, because it's not just a cosmetic that you're going to be missing out on, it's a whole entire fight that is a tier above anything else, and that also comes with some pretty powerful equipment. And as such they have decided to, for one, move up the schedule for the release date of Uthduna, which was supposed to be releasing a week from now, is actually being released a week earlier now in the festival, which I think is fantastic. But not just that, but every Arctempered monster moving forward will always be available as a permanent event quest for you to do, and that is a fantastic change. Me personally, every event quest would be available throughout the entirety of the game, but I think that this is a fine concession because again, these are the more important event quests that are available in the game. These are certainly the ones that people return to the game for, so I am very happy with this change. It is a very big step forward in my opinion, and I'm excited to see what Uthduna is gonna be like. Now, out of all of the Apex monsters in Wilds, the one that I'm the least interested in personally is Uthduna. It just doesn't grab me as much as all of the other ones, and honestly I'm expecting Arctempered Uthduna to be a bit of a cakewalk, because if you watched my previous video where I had the Legaicrus build that I made, where you have just a lot of thunder damage along with some powerful utility and comfort skills, well, let's just say that I'm going to be able to decimate Uthduna without a problem. But hey, hopefully his armor set ends up being pretty good. We were able to see what his armor set looks like in the title update 2 trailer. It looks very colorful. I like the very subtle colorful changes that they made to it. The Gamma armor sets from the Arctempered Monsters world were basically the same armor set, but just a bit more shiny and more saturated, but they actually went out of their way to visibly change these sets in Wilds quite a bit more in my opinion, and I think they look better for it. So of course, as soon as Arctempered Monsters releases, expect me to make a video on it, either by showcasing my fight against it, or by releasing a video where I just showcase the different armor pieces and a couple of builds that I have made with it. Now that is not all, because I know a lot of you guys watching the video might have stopped playing the game right after Title Update 2 released. So if you haven't logged on to the game since the release of Title Update 2, along with our boys Sorakios and Lagaikris, there's quite a few new things that you might have missed out on, and if you only do these new things, you're going to be missing out on some pretty cool stuff. So let's go over some of those things for you to do before the festival ends, so you don't miss out on any of these cosmetics. Think of this as your shopping list for the next few days. So one really cool thing that we have going on right now is the challenge quest for Mizutune, where much like with the previous challenge quest, you're able to hunt down a Mizutune in the arena with specific loadouts that they give you, and depending on the timing that you get, you're going to get different kinds of pendants. And all of these pendants look pretty cool, but naturally the one where you get the A rank on the quest is the one that looks the best. I personally still use the Arctempered Radal pendant to this day because it looks so good, but I might end up replacing it with this one. So if you want to add some extra style to your builds, make sure that you do this and grind for the good timings, because I'm not sure if Capcom plans on making these challenge quests return at some point in the future, but none of them have returned, at least I don't think so. So just to be safe, go ahead and do this. Now an event quest that you might not have known was released in the game since Title Update 2 is called an Infernal Laid Bear, where you fight off against a new Udra and are rewarded with the Pinion Necklace Alpha Chest Armor and the Feline Bell Collar Palico Body Armor. This one looks pretty cool. I've seen some very cool fashion that people have been sharing on Twitter. It allows you to have this very basic tribalistic look to your hunter if you want to have so, because if you play the male hunter you just basically have a bare chest and a necklace, and if you play a female hunter you still get the necklace, but you also get what is effectively a binder, kind of like one of the starting underwears for your hunter when you first customize your character. So if you want to show off some abs, you want to show off your hunter and show some skin, this would be the way to do it. Other than that, there's plenty more event quests for you to do in case you haven't done them in the past, a lot of cosmetics for you to unlock in case you haven't been playing the game a lot, so there's plenty for you to grind for. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for this update, and I do have some things coming up about Monster Hunter Wilds, including some features and some more event weapons and armors that I don't think are going to be included in this festival, so I want to talk about that in a future video. But with that, I hope you guys are as excited as I am and look forward to more Monster Hunter Wilds videos. That being said, my name is Dark Hero, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy hunting!